Well, good morning. Welcome to Vision. I'm so glad y'all are here today. I hate to interrupt. I saw my first Christmas decoration last night. What the? Anyway, we're here to celebrate, and we have lots of things to celebrate. So let's stand together and celebrate being together. This is the day that God has made. I will rejoice. This is the time to celebrate. Lift up every voice. Enter this moment as God's own heart. Standing with joy in the truth of who we are. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Rapper. This is the day that God has made. I will rejoice. This is the time to celebrate. Lift up every voice. Enter this moment as God's own heart. Standing with joy in the truth of who we are. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life. This is the day that God has made.
Yay, that sounds great. Thank you. New month, new song. Don't you love it? Yay. I love it. I love it. Yay. Good morning, Vision. How are you this morning? Yay. Okay, I'm so glad. Woohoo. This is the day. Let's pray. Let's pray. I give great thanks for this day. I know it is the day that God has made just for us. That's why it's called the present. Yay. Just for us. I give great thanks for this. I know that everything that God is is flowing into our experience of life right here, right now. We know that God is the good to which there is no opposite. There is only God. There is only good and love and joy and abundance and power and peace and unity. And we know all of those qualities of God are qualities of us. That everything that God is has been given. The gift has already been given. It is within us. And it is within us to demonstrate in our lives, all around us, all the love, all the joy, all the peace, all the power flowing through us and into the conditions surrounding us, changing those conditions by our mere presence in it. So I give great thanks for this, for coming together to remember it for ourselves, for each other, for the world, knowing that there is only one life. It is God's. It is the life we are living right here, right now, and it is all good. And so it is. Yay. You know, it is still Hispanic Heritage Month. I don't know if you forgot, but it still is. It goes from the 15th of September to the 15th of October. So I am bringing up Dr. Dixon. Yoo-hoo, Dr. LaTanya Dixon. And she's gonna highlight, right, someone from Hispanic Heritage. Come on over.
They're only for reading. Or fall down, going up the stairs. No. Okay, so anyway, good morning, everyone, and happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Today's spotlight is an awesome, smart, intelligent educator and Chicano trailblazer, Rodolfo Anaya. Born October 30th, 1937, he grew up in a rural village of Pastora, New Mexico, near Santa Rosa, to Martin and Rafaelita Anaya. His father was a vaquero, also known as a Spanish-speaking cowboy, and the origin of American cowboy tradition, from a family of cattle workers and sheep herders. Anaya first attended the University of New Mexico, starting at school in 1956, and graduated with a bachelor's degree in English and American literature in 1963. His interest in English and writing began at the university when he saw that writing could be a tool to show off his thoughts and concepts. He went on to complete 2 master's degrees at the University of New Mexico, one in English and the other in guidance counselor. While earning his master's degrees, Anaya worked as a high school English teacher in the Albuquerque, New Mexico public schools from 1963 to 1968. In 1966, he married Patricia Lawless, who was his wonderful wife, who continued to support him in his writings. While he was teaching, he was also writing on Bless Me Ultima and was looking for a publisher. When he sent his manuscripts to the mainstream publishers, they had an issue publishing it because they had never seen a Chicano novel, especially one that was bilingual. Some even thought it was too Chicano-centric and or cultish. However, while mainstream was trying to figure out, twiddling their fingers on what to do with his book, Tonatiuh Quinto Sol out of Berkeley, California, gave Anaya the prestigious award, Primo Quinto Sol Literary Award in 1970, and then published his book in 1972. During this time, the Chicano movement was taking root in the national consciousness. This community of Americans of Mexican descent were affirming its unique cultural identity through the cultivation of art, theater, music, and literature. Bless Me Ultima, a novel about a young boy struggling with competing expectations, became a best-known book, nationally best-known bestseller. It is both a favorite of the educational curricula and one of the most challenged titles because of his honest treatment of religion and spirituality. Anya writes, or says, I write what I was meant to write, and Ultima is unstoppable. By the way, Coronado Library has Blessed Me Ultima as a spotlighted book for Hispanic Heritage Month. In addition, because his book was so popular, the University of New Mexico, his alma mater, invited Anna to teach in the English department as an associate professor. Note that he never had a PhD. He served as associate professor from 74 to 88, and in 88 he was promoted to full professor. Still, no PhD. He retired as professor emeritus. In addition, Bless Me Ultima became a movie, first showing exclusively in El Paso, Texas in 2012, and then nationwide 2013, and then became an opera. Anaya later went on to publish over 40 books for adults and children. His accolades and awards: one is the National Humanities Medal from former President Barack Obama, the National Medal of Arts, many more. It just shows you what is for you. Nothing, nobody, not even the mainstream publishers can stop you. The universe rose up to greet Professor Rodolphe Ananya and said, I got you. And the rest was history. The rest of the world rose up and gave him the love and the honor that he so not needed, but just he was that. And June 28th, 2020, Professor Ananya passed away. Thank you to Professor Ananya, and thank you for listening. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
I want to tell you about practitioners. We have licensed practitioners and ministers all around the room. Raise your hand so everybody can see. These beautiful people. These are the ones that pray with us and for us all year. It's wonderful. And forever and always. That's what they do. We have prayer request forms in your bulletin. If you filled one out, the prayer boxes are coming around. If you put your phone number, we'll call you at home and we will pray with you over the phone, or we'll leave a prayer on your voicemail so you can listen to it over and over. It changes your thinking. Changes your life, right? That's what it does. Prayer changes things. So please make yourself available to that kind of prayer support in your lives. The practitioners and ministers will be up here at the front of the room at the end of the celebration, so you can get prayer right here. Grab a seat, grab a chair, get prayer support. What else can I tell you about it? Well, prayer changes things, absolutely. So don't leave here today without getting prayer support. And even if things are going great, what do we say, right? More, please. This or better, right? Always, because it always can. It always can. A greater experience of spirit as you is just waiting to emerge. So please do that. The other thing I want to tell you is that we have guest packets. If you're new to Vision, if you're just visiting, if you're trying to figure out, if you're church shopping, church hopping, whatever. We have guest packets. Tells you a little bit more about Vision, who we are as a spiritual community, our affiliation with Centers for Spiritual Living, the worldwide movement. Whole bunch of other information you probably don't need to know, but it's all in here. And we have a great welcome on the front. We're going to say it right now together to remind ourselves and for our friends at home, for the Vision community at large. You ready? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Yeah, now turn to somebody and say, welcome to Vision, glad you're here. I love it. We're just chatty. It's fun. I love it. We'll all go to coffee after this. I'm going to turn it over to James Vandenberg, who is our choir director, and he's singing with our celebration singers this morning. We are going to sing our centering song to prepare us for our 5-minute meditation.
God is able, more than able, to accomplish what concerns me today. God is able, more than able, to handle anything that comes my way. God is able, more than able, to do much more than I could ever dream. God is able, more than able, to be my life abundant and free. God is able, more than able, to accomplish what concerns me today.
You stay put. Good morning. I love technology. My name is Paul Hemmerling. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at Vision, and now's our time for meditation and contemplation. We'll have some quotes, the bowl will ring, we'll enter a period of silence. TK will keep track of the time for us. The bowl will bring us out of meditation, and then we'll move directly into our time of community prayer. I invite you to get comfortable in your seats and take these quotes with you into the silence. People are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out. But when the darkness sets in, their true beauty is revealed only when there is light from within. And that's from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes. Too often we look for great events, not realizing that the greatest events that can transpire in anyone's life are those occasions when we are closest to God. It is then that angels appear. It is then that glory shines around. And it is then that we walk and talk with the giver of all life. The memorial candle is burning today for Betty Porche Balsamo, the aunt of Vision founding member John Kirko. Aunt Betty made her transition earlier this week. And as we know that she has moved forward on the path around the bend and out of our sight, we also know that the life of spirit is eternal, and that Aunt Betty has moved into her next phase, her next experience, her next adventure, and that we are all on the adventure together. So we simply know peace for the family as Aunt Betty moves into the next dance steps that take her out into the universe and whatever awaits that. And staying grounded in that truth, that spirit is eternal, I know that there is indeed one life, one mind, one power, one presence. It is God, it is spirit, it is life, it is joy, it is love, it is peace. It is all there is. There is one unified field of self-aware energy which gives only to itself, denying itself nothing. There is no out there is no barrier, there is no other, there is no dark side. There is no mistake, there is no failure, there is no bad luck, there is no economy, there is nothing but spirit acting upon itself. And as I know that there's truth of God everywhere, out and out and out into the infinite universe, to the entire visible field of galaxies, nebulas, gases, light, out and out and out, and down and down and down through the skin and the blood and the bone and the cells and the molecules and the atoms, the subatomic particles, one unified field of energy, dancing, laughing, and expressing the joy, the peace, the prosperity, and the wisdom of life right here and right now. And I know that I am one. I am one with, as, and in the life and the mind and the breath and the word of God. And I know that this word is the word of spirit right here and right now, made manifest, made whole, made real. And I know that health, the perfect health of God, is right here and right now, the truth of each and every cell of this body. That each and every cell responds to the master physician which dwells within and rises to meet that with perfect health and perfect alignment. I release any thought of age-related diseases, of any breakdown in muscle or sinew or tissue or bone or blood. There is no disease in God. Therefore, health is my birthright. Health is my natural state of being. And I express the health of God right here and right now. And I accept, and I claim my healing. And as I know that health is the truth of God, I know that financial prosperity, well-being, and abundance is spirit right here and right now. God cannot be poor. God does not have debt. Therefore, my natural state of being is prosperous, balanced, safe, secure, and thriving. This is the spirit within me expressing, and I accept those gifts, those checks. I accept all the good of life right here and right now into an ever-expanding bank account. Thank you, God. And I give great thanks for friendships, for loving relationships, that the light within me is a beacon which calls those to me as I am drawn to them. My ever-expanding circle of friendship, of joy, healing, peace, and harmony within the family, understanding and cooperation with coworkers, giving people on the freeway a pass. And I see the world, and I know beneath it all that God is the author of order, of law, and of peace. And I settle down beneath the confusion, and I find my peace, and I am the anchor for peace in the world right here and right now. And so I know peace and health prosperity, love, and joy. This is the truth of God as this life. And I give great thanks. I give great thanks for the truth revealed, for the opportunity to prove these principles, for this amazing day, for this building, for Reverend Patti as that perfect vessel of Spirit's message, for these amazing musicians and the gift of song, each of us expressing our own unique gifts. Thank God for the volunteers, for the hospitality, for electricity, for indoor plumbing. The list of gratitude goes on and on and on. Life is a blessing. Life is a joy. I am one with God, and so it is. Can I get an amen? Amen.
Our guest today is an artist with the perfect representation of a great soul shining through a magnificent voice. Please welcome James Higgins.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace, we are held in the hands of grace. Just as sure as the sun will rise, I know that Spirit watches over me. And I know that I'm protected from any harm that comes to be. We are held in the hands of grace. Put your trust and your faith in God, and you will never be alone again. When your heart becomes connected to your soul, then you will be free to be held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. When your heart becomes connected to your soul, you will be free to be held in the hands of grace, to be held in the hands of grace.
Thank you.
That wasn't nice. Paul just passed by and he goes, "Go ahead, top that." You can't. You just can't. We have a new theme this month. We're in October, and October's theme is glow up. Which is really funny. I was born and raised in New York, so it's kind of like when I read it, the voice in my head said, "Oh, glow up." But I don't think they meant it like that. Anyway, so today's talk is Arise and Shine. Sounds good, right? Lifting ourselves up out of conditions so that we can live from cause. That's really what I'm talking about with arise, right? Lifting ourselves up. So we're not forever, just reacting to the stuff going on around us to the level of the conditions any longer. We lift ourselves up, we arise, and we live from cause. We live from those truths of God, the qualities of God. And that's where we establish our ground of being. That's what I'm thinking. But it takes a coordinated effort on our parts. A lot of times it takes work, right? Wasn't it Terry Cole Whitaker that said it takes a lot of effort to get to effortless? She knew. It does take a coordinated effort on our part. First of all, we have to admit there's something more. Right? We have to awaken to the truth that it's like we're living the life, la, 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 la. We're going along living our life going, wait, there's something else, right? There's something else. We first have to admit that there is something else. And then we have to identify what that might be for us. What do we want? So we have to identify that. And then there's another step to it. What keeps us from getting that? Right? What keeps us apart? Separate and apart from our good. And then we have to think, well, how do I heal that's keeping me apart from my good so that I can manifest my good? Whew. It's a lot of steps. It's a lot of work. But it starts really with what do you want? And Mark Twain said, I can teach anybody to get what they want out of life. Problem is, I can't find anybody who can tell me what they want. And that's kind of us, right? When we are not missing the basics of life, right? You remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So when we have the basics handled, like housing and clothing and food and income, those are our primary needs, right? When those needs are met, then our challenge sometimes is this vague dissatisfaction with life, maybe, or a knowing, or an unspecified feeling that maybe life is good but not satisfying. Or maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's something missing. Or there's something not being experienced in our lives or not being expressed through us. Or there is more to life. Right? Do you ever have did that ever happen to you? Those little vague nudges, right? But we recognize the desire for more. We recognize the desire to express more of what we think life should be for us. And that is a great first step. We've identified something. Identifying our desire to express more life than ever before. Then it's a matter of identifying what that goal or what that delight or what that desire is. And then we can respond to Mark Twain, right? Then we can tell him, here's what I want. But we need to figure that out. We need to figure that out first. The Temple of Apollo at Delphi, right? The quote over the doorway, what it said, know thyself. Know thyself. And that's what that's what the whole philosophy is about. Know thyself. So what do you love doing? Because that's a great place to start. What when you are speaking about it, do you get all excited about? And do you get all animated about? When you're talking to someone, right? And you get all excited and you get all animated, or what are the things that you do that just light you up, right? What are the kinds of activities where you start partaking in it and time disappears, right? Those are the things you love doing. Those are clues, right? Those are clues to the things you love. Where are you spending your time and your money and your attention and your energy? Where are you spending those things? Because those are more clues, right? Because that's your heart speaking, not your head, right? And so you have to align those two. You have to align the heart and the head. Sometimes your head will inform you what you should want to want. But, sometimes you just don't. That's just the way it is. And then like your heart and your head are in two different places. Because your head will give you the reasonable, answer. Your head will give you the rational explanation. You should really want this. Remember, plastics. There's money in plastics. Anybody? The Graduate, right, 100 years ago? There's money in plastics. You should want to work there. You don't want to, right? Our heart tells us something, our head tells us something else. Seneca, the Roman philosopher, said, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. And this is what we're dealing with. So clarity comes when our head and our heart are in alignment, when they are on the same page. Then we are expressing our basic nature. When our head and our heart are all on the same page and we're going and the feet are lined up and we're going in the same direction, then we are being true to our basic nature. And I'm not talking here about a job or a profession. I'm talking about a calling. I'm talking about a calling for your life, right? When we're clear, when we're in alignment, we're talking about our basic nature, whatever that is. You were born with it. You know, they used to say tabula rasa, right? Babies come into the world, they're just nothing. They're like a big old blank slate. But it's not true. They may not have their personalities all intact, but they have a basic nature, right? You can tell. Anybody that's had more than one child can tell. They come in, they're just like totally different, right from birth. Different basic nature. And it is the same about us. We have a basic nature. And whatever that is, that's our head and our heart in alignment as well. We come into this world, right? We have a desire to help people, or we have a desire to contribute something, a desire to facilitate something, to create something, to make win-win situations, or to make everything fair for people, or to teach people things. We have that basic nature intact. And from there, when we're in touch with that, from there, doors open. Doors open. When we know what we want, we know that thing, whatever it is, right? Then there are limitless ways to manifest those ideals. There are just limitless ways to accomplish what those things are. Ernest Holmes said this, he said, we think in the realm of the absolute to such a degree as we withdraw our thought from thinking in terms of relative. All ideas are formed in the present, since there is neither past nor future to reality. We must picture our desires as already created. So in the mind of God, it already is. So here we are. We have identified what we desire. What's the next step? Okay, what's keeping us from achieving that? What's keeping us from manifesting that? And usually, not always, but usually, it's a fear of some sort, isn't it? Anybody? Fear? Anything? Fear of failure? Maybe. Fear of success? Fear of overcommitting to a life that may not have any more spare time. That's a concern. Fear of loss of friends. If I go down this road, I'm going to leave a bunch of people behind. Fear of judgment. What will people think of me if I undertake this path? I'll look foolish. Fear of looking foolish. That's a big one. You know what? The ship's already sailed on that one. Sorry, guys, but you've all looked foolish at one point or another already. You don't have to worry about that anymore, right? We've all fallen on our butts here and there. It's okay. We survived, right? Comparing. Fear of comparison. Who else did it and who else did it better than what I'm trying to do, right? Could you imagine how foolish that is? Fear of comparison. Could you imagine if animals did it? Oh my God, dogs. Look at Fifi over there with the diamond collar. Who does she think she is? You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. They don't compare. Flowers don't compare. They just bloom. They just bloom. They're different from each other. They're different from other types of flowers. They don't care, right? Fear of comparison. Fear of, here's another one. Doing things perfectly. Who needs to do it perfectly the first time they do it? Just throw that one away. You just can't. I'm just going to pick this thing up and I'm just going to do it perfectly. No, you're not. You're going to do it crappily, if that's even a word. I don't know. But you know, and we're going to fail and fall and fail and fall, and then, you know, you get better at it. This need to do everything perfectly is just, no, it's just ridiculous. Brene Brown's quote, "When perfectionism is driving us, shame is always riding shotgun, and fear is the backseat driver." Yeah, you like it? I like it. The quote highlights this close and often very unhealthy relationship between perfectionism, shame, and fear. Right? When we are driven by perfectionism, we're aiming for that flawless performance. Shame is our constant companion. And fear of judgment is always present there. Right? Because I have to do it perfectly. Now, try something you've never done before and do terribly. Fail at it. Fall on your butt. I told you I took lessons in curling, right? On the ice, you betcha. I should have just like put the broom on my butt because that's where I spent most of my time, you know. You fail, right? I'd never done curling before, but I love it. Oh my God, and I'm gonna go back and do it again anyway. All sorts of things we get to do, and we get to do them poorly in order to get better at them. We cannot be driven by perfectionism. Oh, here's another ever popular fear. I know you're going to identify with this one. What if I wind up hating it? Right? I spent all this time developing this talent or going after this thing or trying to achieve this goal, and then I get there and then I'm doing it. I'm like, what if I hate it? All that wasted time. No, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. But these are all the fears. I don't know. There's probably more I haven't even named. I don't know. Are there any other ones you can think of? There's a ton of them, right? But they're all different types of fears of why we don't push through to that next level of expression that we know we are. There's all sorts of reasons why we get stuck in the swamps of sadness. Anybody? Anybody? Swamps of sadness? Never-ending story? The book was great. Oh my God. It was really not for children. It was for adults. I was there. But here's the thing. Everything that you desire is on the other side of your fear. Think about it. Everything you desire, everything you're keeping away from yourself because you're not willing to risk it, you're not willing to push through the fear. Everything you desire is on the other side of that fear. It's about healing whatever that fear is, right? So that we can manifest what is beyond it, right? And you know that the fear is the acronym, you know, false evidence appearing real, which is not the way I learned it in New York, by the way. In New York, it was F everything and run. That's what it was. But in either case, it was about turning back and not going through it, right? We need to lean into it. We need to lean into that fear, whatever it is, all of those different fears that we talked about. We need to lean into them. Where did it come from? What is it? Hint, nobody actually died of embarrassment, right? So that shouldn't be one of them. Be willing to appear foolish by trying things and being bad at them. That big scary monster, that big fear gets smaller each time you press through it. It gets smaller. Go do something and be bad at it. That monster shrinks. Gets smaller and smaller each time we stretch beyond the fear. Ernest Holmes told a story about counseling a man who had a horrible, horrible nightmare, a recurring nightmare. And he said, this giant monster was coming after him, and he was cowering in the corner, and the monster kept coming closer and closer and closer, and it had big fangs and teeth, and the man cries out in the nightmare, oh my God, what are you going to do to me? What are you going to do to me? And the monster leans over and says, I don't know, this is your dream. What am I going to do? Right? It's your dream, you tell me. When we identify those things, when we heal those big monsters, they get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then pretty soon we just kick them out of the room. We don't need them. So here, we've identified our desires, right? We've healed those false, limiting beliefs that keep us from drawing in our greater good into our sphere of availability, right? We're practicing getting that sphere of availability larger. So now we're spending our mental energy on what we desire, right? Once we clear all that away, once we heal those limiting beliefs, once we've identified the stuff that we really want to be, the bigger ideals for our life, not specific jobs, but the ideals for our lives, now we're in the place where we can spend our mental energy desiring what we want and manifesting what we want. We've gotten through the swamps of sadness. We've gotten through all the stuff we don't want. We've healed the stuff, the fear that keeps us from what we want. So now here we are, clean and fresh and new, ready to manifest what we do want. And Ernest Holmes said this. He said, the highest consciousness is not one of possession, but one of being. The greater your consciousness of being, the more automatically will the law flow from this consciousness into the acquisition of the things you desire. Because you become that. This is a process of becoming. It's not getting anything. I don't remember. Jacob Glass, I think it was Jacob Glass, said a get mentality is not a receptive mentality. Right? So it's not about getting, it's about becoming. We become those things, and then they are attracted to us by that law that Ernest Holmes speaks of. It is a process of becoming. This is not about fixing anything. You're not broken. Oh, say that. I'm not broken. I'm not broken. Say it with conviction. I'm not broken. There you go. You are not broken. Sometimes it's just an image problem, right? Sometimes it's just a self-image problem because we've been told stuff growing up. We've been told who we are, right? Did you have a parent like that? If you had sibs, I know growing up we got labeled. Did you get labeled? This is the smart one. This is the athletic one. This is the funny one, you know. All of that, right? And this is the baby. Guess who the baby was? Yeah. Okay, so we got labeled along the way. So it's about growing through those. You're not broken. You're not even the label. You're whole, perfect, and complete. And if we think we're broken, we go on an endless journey to fix ourselves. And then it's workshop after workshop and weekend after weekend and book after book of trying to fix what is broken within us so that we can be acceptable to ourselves and others. But when you are focused on fixing yourself, you are hyper-focused on what's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? The very thing that you're resisting, right? You know the whole what you resist persists? What you resist persists. What you accept, you can transform. It's not about fixing anything. It's about becoming. It's about freeing yourself from the false beliefs, the limiting beliefs that have held you back, that have kept you from manifesting the greater good that you want in your life because you're working on fixing your broken parts. In the Upanishads, it says, you are what your deep, driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so becomes your destiny. Right? So our job here, after clearing off all of that stuff, is to spend quiet time in reflection, to come to revealing what the next great adventure is in our lives. Because our life is a series of great adventures, is it not? Right? Our life is a series of creating goals and then achieving goals and then setting new goals and expanding even more, becoming more of what Spirit knows us to be. We spend time in the quiet. We come to reveal our next great adventure. We find out what's holding us back from that, from realizing that. We heal that thing that holds us back from manifesting what we desire. And that comes down to two things. Ta-da, all this for that, right? I should have just started here. We could have been at coffee already. comes down to trust and faith. Trust and faith. Just two little things. Just two little things. Trust and faith. Anybody ever do that trust thing? You know that thing, you fall backwards and someone catches you? It's really, really funny when you do it with your ex-husband and he doesn't catch you. I learned something that day, but it wasn't trust. Anyway, trust and faith, two things. Trust and faith. Trust the universe has your back, right? Trust the universe. Has the universe let you down yet? Right? Look of all the challenges we've had, of all the obstacles we've had to face, of all the unexpected things that have happened to us, and we have survived every single one of them, right? Our ability to survive currently stands at 100%. We're doing good. We are doing good. So trust. The universe has our back. And then build your faith on that, right? We build our faith on that. Wow, the universe has my back. Hasn't let me down yet. I'm still alive, right? Build your faith on that. Ernest Holmes said, though we find our faith as small as a grain of mustard seed, it will be sufficient to our needs. And then as our faith grows through definite and consistent practice, it will do more than just satisfy our needs. It will bring forth that which is divine within ourselves. It'll bring forth those hidden talents which have been lying dormant. It will cause us to never again feel insecure or lonely or separated. For such a faith makes us whole. And that's what this month is about. That's what glowing up is about. Trusting, growing faith, leaving behind the false ideas, the false limitations, the false beliefs that hold us back, and embracing all of our life. Arise to a higher level of being. Live in cause, and let the conditions just handle themselves. Arise and shine, because your future depends on it. Absolutely. Thank you.
Of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart, yeah. If you want the world to know, we won't let hatred show, put a little love in your heart, yeah. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just you wait and see, yeah. Another day goes by, still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. If you want the world to know, we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. And the world will be a better place. I know you know the world will be a better place for you and me. Just you wait and see. Wait and see, yeah, yeah. If you just look around, don't you go looking down. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. Don't you go hesitating. I don't want you to ever wait. Put a little love in your heart, yeah. World will be a better place. I know you know the world will be a better place for you
bet you know how to say this now. Put a little love in your heart. Sing along with me, yes you can. Put a little love. I don't think you believe it. Just put a little love. Guys, bring it down for me. I'm not convinced when you sing the song. Sing it out loud for me, yeah, yeah. Every day and every way, yeah. Just say now, put a little love in. Come on, bring it up for me, fellas. Here we go now. Put a little love in your heart. Every day and every way, put a little love. I love it when you sing it so pretty. Put a little love in your heart. I love it when you say, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart, yeah, yeah. Woo. Oh, thank you so much for having me. Go out there and make it a great day.
I love that. Thank you, James. Oh, gosh, that is so good. Yay. Now it is time for conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to jump into the river of God's abundance, to know our good, to share our good, and to be open-hearted and open-handed to receive more good. That's what we do. We stay in that flow, that endless flow of giving and receiving. So let's pray. I give great thanks for this, for the opportunity to demonstrate the principle that God is abundance. And as we know everything that we receive in life is from God, we know that we give in that same spirit, that give in the celebration that everything is from God. So when it is from us, it is also from God. And that we stay in that law of giving and receiving, that law of circulation, knowing that as we stand open-hearted and open-handed in the river of God's abundance, we receive gratefully, we give graciously, and we remain in the flow always. And so it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely.
I have miracle minutes to share with us. Yay. Yeah, really, yay. Let me see, where is this from? Nancy. She said that she had been getting prayer for her sciatica. It's been bothering her, and it went away a little bit. She was walking around. She had the epidural, injection. And she said as she was lying there to receive the injection, the doctor said, "Oh, this is going perfect." Don't you love it when you hear the doctor say that? I just love it. Let's take a picture of this and you can put it on your refrigerator, Yeah, she said she was told it would take 5 to 7 days for the injection to reach its full effect, and she said it took 7 hours. Whole, perfect, and complete, just demonstrating that wholeness. I love it. I love it. And that was her prayer, that she will receive healing and it'll just be the same day, and she let it go to the action of the law. There you go. Instant demonstration. I love it. Water to wine moment? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. And this is from Martin, who is our vision friend from Sweden. Hi, Martin. He's on. Yeah, he's a long distance friend. I love it. He had sent in a prayer request a while back. A professor of his had a heart attack, and he was very critical, and he was in a coma, and we were asked to pray, and he woke up. He had some complications, but he's back to working again in philosophy. He delivered his defense of his master's in philosophy, and he got an A. He was all thrilled and wonderful, and so it's good. He's thankful. We're grateful. God is gracious, and he said it's not over yet. There are some complications from the coma and the heart attack, and so he's asking us to continue to pray, and we absolutely will, knowing full recovery. Thank you, Martin. So good to hear from you. And this last one is from Billy. She had a prayer request as well for expansion in her life, just expansion, bigger. And she found out 2 weeks ago that her apartment needed work. And so she was moved to temporary housing on the first floor of the building until the work was completed. And the manager told her just recently, nope, not yet. It's not completed. So she had to vacate the first floor apartment she was in for the weekend, and she was relocated to a lovely, on the 6th floor, a bigger 1-bedroom, nicer view, bigger, and for the same rent. Yay, we love that too. That's even better. So new, improved, more spacious equals expansion. Yes? I love the demonstration of answered prayer. I just love it. So we know that the weekend will be completed in peace and joy and love and ease. There you go. Yay. Thank you. I just wanted to remind you of that quote from Gandhi, who said, "Prayer is not an old woman's idle amusement. Properly understood and applied, it is the most potent instrument of action." That's what we do here, because we know prayer changes things. So thank you. Thank you for submitting the demonstrations of answered prayer. It keeps us motivated, right, to sit on the meditation cushion and to keep doing it. Even if we haven't had our demonstration yet, we can hear all these lovely demonstrations around us, and it keeps us motivated. And now it is time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Thank you, Dano. Hello, everybody online. We continue our meet and greet right after our celebration. Practitioner available. Anybody who's in this room and you are not in us or with us, you can join us online. And then afterwards, we have a little meet and greet, so you get to say hello to anybody who's online. So if you ever want to do that, see us and go to the website, click on the link, and you can join us. We have a good group of people. The Visions Men's Circle is meeting today at 12 noon. They're going to be meeting 11:45. Thank you for that. Yes, 11:45. I'm wrong about that. I'll be wrong about 3 more times in these announcements, so that was number 1. That starts at 11:45. They're going to be meeting in Marjorie's room. The Prayer Shawl group is meeting today. That's number 2. I thought they were meeting. They were supposed to be meeting at noon today, but but I don't know if they're here. I don't see any of them here. Betty, are we meeting today at noon? Of course we are. Okay, I wasn't wrong on that. So 12 noon, they're going to be meeting. Yes? In the other room over there in the back. The other library, yes. Anybody else want to do this today? Because I'm failing miserably. That's what my minister told me today. We're just preparing for it. Choir is back this Tuesday, 6:45. They were fantastic last week. If you want to join us in the choir, it's an amazing group. You saw how many people we had last week, and we've got more coming. So join us. We're going to be starting practice at 6:45. This Wednesday is open mic night. So if you'd like to come and perform, you can sing, you can read a poetry or read a story. We're doing that at 7 p.m. and it's with Jim Bianchi. And then a week from Wednesday, we're showing the movie McFarland, which is celebrating the Mexican or Spanish heritage. What is it? Hispanic heritage. So that's a week from Wednesday. And there are a couple of other events that are going to be happening in October. I want to mention a couple of fantastic concerts that are going to be based on Halloween. We have Andy and Nathan. They're going to be doing Monsters and Melodies. Rhea Carey's coming in. She's going to be doing a Halloween concert and dance, and we're doing a costume party. Also, The Art of Self-Care is continuing theirs, which is the fourth Saturday of the month. So you can find all of those things. And Mark, you're going to be doing a...
Yes. Oktoberfest, October 16th, it's happening here. I'm going to be playing German and polka music. It's what I do. I have Lederhosen from Munich. I've been doing it for many years. I was the featured artist at the airport for many years. Today I'm playing at Europa Village Winery in Temecula. Last year, Birkenstock hired me to perform for their employee Oktoberfest, which celebrated their $1 billion in sales. So I'm going to be doing that here. It's your chance to see what an accordion can do, really, because it's just going to be me, and it'll be fun, and I'll discuss, if we can get some of that incredible cabbage that you had. So we'll talk more about that. Joe's going to show me how to make flyers on Wednesday, so... Anyway, it'll be a blast. You want to do it because it's going to be your only chance to see this. Because I get paid to play for private parties. I don't do this otherwise. So, thank you.
And we're going to have food and stuff like that too, right, Diane? We're going to have thanks, Diane. So we'll be doing that as well. I'm volunteering everybody right now. So if you see my finger start to fly, run. We're continuing the walk that Scott has put Vision's name in. You can walk to prevent suicide, and there's a link on the website if you want to donate to that. It's on the 19th on a Sunday. Is that correct, Scott? And we're raising money for that, or you can walk, and it's on a Sunday. What's that? Oh, and T-shirts are available in the bookstore, right? In the Resource Center. So if you want a T-shirt, a Vision T-shirt, you can grab one of those and be a part of the walk with Scott Carlos. Next week, Reverend Marcus is continuing his morning discussions that start at 8:15. So if you want to be a part, he meets in Marjorie's room. I got that one right. 8:15 to 9:15. Join Marcus, and he kind of just discusses anything from the science of mind or any questions you might have, or just prayers and stuff. Is that correct, Marcus? Thank you. Next week, Reverend Patti will be back. Her talk title is You Are the Light with Nathan Fry and Andy Anderson, so they'll be here with us. How about James Higgins today, huh? Put a little love in your heart, man. That's what James Higgins does every time he comes here. Love that man's voice. I know everybody, they're like butter. He just melts the hearts of everyone. So thanks, James, for being here. It's the beginning of the month. So if you want to, what's that, Hummingbird? Oh, the diversity team meeting's this week? Diversity team meeting's this Wednesday. There's my third thing. It's October. Stand up if your birthday's this month. Dr. Dixon was standing up. She forgot her birthday's not this month. What do we got here, Larry?
Well, in honor of Halloween, the most given candy is chocolate. Chocolate. All the way through. Enjoy.
Thank you, everyone.
I think we're going to stand up and do our affirmations. That's what I think. We have them in our bulletin. They're up on the big screen. They're I. I love these because, I am, right? I am that I am. So when we make I am statements, we're talking about the divine within, right? There they are. Look at all those I statements. I love it. Are you ready? Are you with me? Let's do this. I add value to the world. I bring light to those around me. I am co-creating with the universe. Tell me. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Let's say all three of them again. You ready? We need to. I add value to the world. I bring light to those around me. I am co-creating with the universe. Yay, we did it. Yay, I love it. Remember, the practitioners and ministers up at the front of the room for prayer for us. So come on up after the song and get prayer. Let's pray. Let's pray. I know that there is one life. There is unity. Each one of us expressing the diversity, and then behind the diversity is unity. It is one appearing as many. It is just this idea of individualization. We individualize the one life of God personally and uniquely as each one of us. And so we know we carry within us all of the qualities of God because that's what and who we are. We are that energy in form. We are the same energy that has created the universe and continues to create. We are that energy, co-creating with it our own lives and our own conditions and our own circumstances. So I know as we lift our awareness into cause, we create joyfully, lovingly, happily, harmoniously. I give great thanks for this. I know it is the truth of each and every one of us, and I simply let it be. And so it is.
Peace for the world starts with me. 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 There's no one here to judge, nothing here to overcome. I'm standing in my truth, I see God in everyone. There's no one here to judge, nothing here to overcome. I'm standing in my truth, I see God in everyone. Peace for the world starts with me. Peace for the world starts with me. There's no one here to judge, nothing here to overcome. I'm standing in my truth, I see God in everyone. There's no one here to judge, nothing here to overcome. I'm standing in my truth, I see God in everyone.